Welcome, friends, haters, gentle lovers, and feeders. Join me as we experience together the most bafflingly interesting person on the internet. On today's episode, Amberlynn Reed does basically nothing. Hello, my friends. Amberlynn is back again. Man, when she decided she didn't want to do a schedule, she really decided she did not want to do a schedule. So we'll just see if she continues to take a week-long break in between each upload. But there is one thing that we haven't done in a while, and I thought it was time to bring it back, and that is some Amberlynn Reed bingo. So grab your card from the link in the description, play along, and just let me know if you got a bingo. But today's episode is called Getting Hit On by My DoorDasher. Someone sent me flowers and almost went to a mental hospital. I think almost is doing a lot of heavy lifting there. So I don't know, man. The delusion could be pretty high in this one. But let's find out. If you'd like to like and subscribe, that would literally be hectic. I'm not gonna lie.
Hello, hello. Good morning, good morning. Welcome to a new vlog. So I just straightened my hair. I'm about to do my makeup. So I do want to talk about something, and I kind of mentioned it in my live stream. I'm petting the baby boys. He's laying right next to me. He has been glued to my hip. He has always been glued to my hip, but normally he has like a few different like laying spots, but lately it's like those laying spots don't exist.
So that's kind of a little sign of narcissism. She always has to let you know how much her pets love her and how much they like being around her. She just can't help herself. She just has to tell you, this cat really loves me, you know?
But normally he has like a few different like laying spots, but lately it's like those laying spots don't exist. He's just literally glued to my hip, and he has one paw on my leg. It's so cute. I wanted to talk about something that I mentioned like in my live stream. I have been doing a lot of talking in my live stream, not so much on my
So I don't notice her AirPod here, but I will notice it in a little bit.
YouTube videos. But I've decided that I'm not going to be doing Let's Talk videos at all, or if I do, it is going to be different.
The Let's Talk videos were where she got so much narcissistic supply, where she got so many people telling her how great she is and all that stuff. But you could tell that those videos took a lot more work. The amount of editing that went into that is pretty minimal, really, in the grand scheme of things. It's just, you know, cropping and just cutting things out. But for her, that's a lot of work. She wants to do as little work as humanly possible. So those videos were eventually going to be cut, you know.
I don't want my channel to be reflected around rumors, hate, drama. And I know a lot of people, like when Chantel was going through like the whole cat thing and like people were like, oh my gosh, she's gonna go to prison. People were like coming at me with, Amberlynn, you're boring. I'm gonna go to Chantel's channel. That's more entertaining. Amberlynn, you need to like add a side character, a girlfriend, a caretaker.
So I, along with basically everybody in the whole community at this point, said, if you want to stay relevant, if you want to continue to make money on YouTube, you are going to have to be more interesting because, like it or not, Amberlynn relies on reaction channels. It is a symbiotic relationship. Amberlynn's channel would die without reaction channels. She would become completely irrelevant without reaction channels. And obviously, most reaction channels that react mostly to her, you know, they rely on her to upload too. So it is a symbiotic relationship. But she's getting so boring, there have been several people that have kind of just stopped covering her altogether. Or are going to pretty soon, you know. So I know that she thinks that she is so interesting that she can carry a channel by herself, but I just don't think it will last very much longer if she doesn't do something interesting. Like get a girlfriend, steal a cat, I don't know, something.
Or you're gonna lose views. I don't care. I would rather like have my sanity over making large amounts of money. As long as I can get by in life, like I'm happy about that. I have been just feeling so much better.
Yeah, she says that until she has to just get by in life. At this point, and for several years now, she's been able to just buy whatever she wants, you know? Like, hey, I need a new makeup bag. I'm just gonna buy one. Oh, I need this new perfume. I want this new perfume. It's so awesome. It's so cute. And she just buys it. She doesn't have to think about it, right? Well, when she's just getting by and she can't buy that, or more likely she will buy that and put herself in debt, won't be so fun anymore. And she'll kind of be wishing that she had done more interesting things on YouTube. Honestly, once she kind of gets to the point where she does start losing money and starts having to really think about what she buys, she'll start kind of manufacturing drama. She does that all the time, where she will clickbait and lie and say stuff's going on that's not. The thing is, we can usually see through that, so we'll see how that lasts. And there's a rumor going around. I guess Alexis had mentioned that Amber might be dating Danielle again, who is the married lady, or at least she's in a relationship and has been for apparently like 10 years. So I don't know if it's marriage, but close enough. I think it was Danielle. Here's the comment that was left on Karina Kaboom's video that started the rumor, if you want to pause and read it. Amber has been hinting that there's been something like that going on in her oracle readings and stuff, where she is stressed out about something about her love life.
Ooh, oh no, we got naive. Okay, so this deck does not come with a guidebook. The universe might be calling me out. I might be being naive to a situation, and I do have it in my brain. I'm not going to share it publicly, so this one is hard to discuss since it is like a personal matter that I don't really want to talk about out loud. So this card, I think, is just directly talking about the fact that I am no longer sharing my love life with you guys.
And I think the fact that this says love affair, dirty little secret, it's pretty obvious she picked this card because she wanted to hint, or basically just tell everybody, that she's in the middle of something like this because she can't help herself, you know?
So this is a reading that I should have done by myself, not on camera. And I'm going to have to be vague, and that's okay. Sometimes that's how it's going to be. This reading for me is telling me that there are things in my life that I am not talking about out loud. Things that do hurt me because it's like I allow them to happen. I don't know how to choose myself in several situations.
Like being the side piece? Question mark? Oh, I grossed myself out.
So instead, I kind of just like make myself small and allow things to happen that shouldn't. But it's telling me that, Amberlynn, you are capable of like being the source of positive energy that you need. You have always been flexible in life. You are able to handle any situation that you have been confronted with. So you're going to be able to handle this one as well.
That really hints to me that she is in a relationship that she probably shouldn't be in, you know? And the reason she's not bringing it up is because she knows she's going to get flamed for it. She knows people are going to call her out for dating a married woman.
I've been taking Zoloft for a month now, and I feel the effects of it. I feel it working, and I notice it in multiple areas of my life, and I just feel a lot more positive and happy and light. If people only watch me for drama, then that's not going to be here. I'm not just going to like create drama and create let's talk videos just to like get a rise out of people. Create let's talk videos just to like get a rise out of people. And there's going to be rumors about me. People are going to speculate about me. That's part of the job, if you will.
That's interesting that she would say, I'm not going to create let's talk videos to start drama. Is that what she was doing? She was either hiring people to send those messages in, or she was, using AI or something, because she just said that that was her intention.
Create let's talk videos just to like get a rise out of people.
It's clear she knew what she was doing. So I think the idea of her faking all that is a lot more plausible at this point, which we knew she was, right? We knew she was faking at least a lot of it. Because if you think about it, a lot of those voice messages and stuff were saying things that like would get a rise out of gorlworld. It was stuff that obviously would just piss off the haters. And even though it's supposed to be random and she just happened to pick all these voice messages from a bunch of people apparently that sent her messages, it sounds even more manufactured now than we already knew it was,
But nothing I say will ever be believed by those who believe the rumors just for their entertainment. And I just know that I'm better than that. I'm better than constantly like making myself a spectacle. I know that I am better than
she doesn't understand that she is the spectacle. That is all she is. That is all she's ever going to be. And that sucks. She's put herself in this position, but that's just the truth. She is the spectacle. And I think she's going to learn pretty quickly that if she goes down this route where she just does this kind of boring content, it won't be long until she will wish she had drama going on. And here's the thing. It's not even necessarily about drama. right? Like, obviously, the reason people watch her is for the drama. That's the main reason. But it's also just about entertainment. You know, she does nothing. Nothing she does is entertaining. Because when we say get a side character, when we say, you know, do something interesting, we're not always necessarily talking about drama. We just know that it's far more entertaining to have people to talk to because you are not entertaining. You're just not. And that's what you're supposed to be doing. That's your whole job, is to entertain people. And you just do nothing. And right now, it's not that big a deal because the decline is just now starting. But I promise, if you continue down this path where you are now, those Amazon hauls are going to be fewer and further between, if you catch my drift.
Constantly talking about these speculations and these rumors. My mental health is going to be my number one priority, besides like the obvious, my fur babies, my physical health, things like that. But I am
your mental health isn't going to pay the bills. Sorry.
Trying to think of like, if I do Let's Talk videos, it is going to be more of the interview, which is the voice messages that you guys send me, because I know you guys genuinely enjoy those. I know those come from like a good place. They don't come from a bad place.
They come from a staggeringly stupid place. And obviously what she means by a bad place is just a place that disagrees with her.
Or maybe at the end of each vlog, I can answer one interview question. I don't know, we'll see. You know, that's why I love doing YouTube, is because there's really no rules. I can just do whatever I want, what feels right, what feels comfortable to me. But I'm gonna finish getting ready and I will catch up with you guys in a little bit. Okay, guys, so I got a call to my phone yesterday morning and I was like, hello? They're like, you have flowers in the lobby that are being delivered to you. And I was literally so confused. You guys, I have some of the most amazing friends.
She's doing the sunglasses again. Oh, good Lord. I think she watched my video about her fashion and is just doing this just to be annoying.
You guys, I have some of the most amazing friends like in the whole world. A friend of mine sent me flowers and they're honestly so beautiful. It's just, they know that I had a lot going on, and then the whole thing with my tooth, and I don't know, it's
I noticed her AirPod, but forgot to say something about it.
It's like that just literally like brightened my day. Look how freaking stunning this is. And not only that, but the vase, phenomenal. Like, I'm obsessed. I am
obsessed.
So appreciative, and I know you're watching, and just thank you so much. Like, I literally love you. I appreciate you so much, like as a friend, as a person in my life. And a lot of you probably know her. It's actually Samantha, Pink Sparkles, here on YouTube, or Pink Vlogs here on YouTube. Her and I have been friends now for like 7 years, and it's like, the plot twist is she was one of the first 2 people I ever watched on YouTube, like over a decade ago. And I genuinely never thought her and I would ever be friends, but like, she is someone that I can go to and talk about anything with, and vice versa. Like,
I don't know who that is. Let's find out. So she's saying that a person with over 1 million subscribers is sending her flowers. I gotta be honest, this looks like somebody who would identify with, with Amberlynn.
In my look, so it's either easier to get ready, so I can be late.
Isn't this the one that they did like a Christmas exchange with? Let's see. Yeah.
welcome to vlog.
So back during the Jade era, yeah, it says huge Christmas gift swap with Pink Sparkles. And I think there was some controversy here because Amber spent like $20 and Pink Sparkles got her like $1,000 worth of something. I don't know. I don't remember exactly, but I remember that happening. But here's the thing about this. This is weird. Okay, so she has over 1 million subscribers, but she only gets 14,000, 8,000, 64,000. It's not bad. 22,000, 8,000. She has 1 million subscribers. Do you think she bought those subscribers? I don't know. Or she just fell off. Nobody's watching her anymore. But this is who sent Amberlynn. In fact, what this looks like is Pink Sparkles trying to get clout from Amberlynn. That's weird, right? Somebody with 1 million subscribers, clout chasing Amberlynn. Ugh. If you're watching this, Pink Sparkles, you can do better. You can find somebody else that's not so toxic and so horrible to latch onto, you know?
I love her so much, thank you. She is one of the sweetest, most positive people I have ever known in my whole life. So I have been in my...
I don't know anything about Pink Sparkles, but if you are a fan of Amberlynn enough that you would send her flowers, I question whether you're a good person or not. And that is just guilt by association, you know? That's just part of life. You associate with horrible people, then there's a reason for that. So just FYI, I also checked out Pink's Vlogs, which is her other channel, and she has 308,000 subscribers there and gets about the same number of views per video at 13-ish, 18, 21,000. So again, it's really just the stark difference between the subscriber count and the view count. It's just strange. I don't know. If you know anything about Pink Sparkles, let me know, because I feel like there's probably more to the story there.
My like soft food era, extremely soft food ever since getting my tooth removed. But
no, she's milking this tooth removal. She got sent flowers because she got her tooth removed. She's talking about soft food because she got her tooth removed. Like, you got a tooth pulled. It is not that big a deal.
I'm now able to venture out.
And again, I don't think to mark talks about food on my card right here, but it does dawn on me in a minute. I'm a little slow today. It's fine.
I've been having steamed dumplings because they're still super soft, and I have them with a ramen. It's just what I've been eating lately. All I can really get down without like messing up the healing. So I got my big mullet,
the healing. And here's the thing, like, I understand that you have to heal after you get a tooth pulled. If you have anything like that happen, you have to heal. But it's just so weird for her to talk about it like it was some major surgery. You know, she makes such a big deal out of it because there's nothing else going on in her life. She has to make a big deal out of that because that's the only thing interesting that's happened to her in months.
Big molar back there. All your teeth are different sizes. They will all heal differently. They all have different amount of roots. The tooth that I got removed has 3 roots. So it makes the healing a lot harder, the pain a lot worse. I've had wisdom teeth removed and that was nothing, like literally nothing compared to getting this tooth removed. Like, it's been a whole adventure. So these dumplings are super easy. You just put them in the microwave. It says for 1:45 seconds, but I do it for 2 minutes. It does come with a little sauce pack, but I don't use that because I just put these literally in my soup. I've also been living off of ice cream. It has just been torture. You think?
Wait, you have been living off of ice cream? Get out of town. That was low-hanging fruit. And also, I don't think this counts, but I'm going to count it anyway because we're on a slow start here. I think mentions dry and overcooked food. I mean, the fact that she said that she overcooks the dumplings, I mean, that's technically what she said, right? It says 1:45, she does 2 minutes. That's overcooked. I'm counting it.
Think that like eating ramen and ice cream would be great and grand, but like I miss crunchy things. I miss real actual meat, like hamburgers and steak. I just miss things like that.
You have other teeth. I mean, it's been a long time since I had a tooth removed, but I don't think I had to like change my diet because of it. I just chewed on the other side. Now, when I had my 4 wisdom teeth all removed at once, that was a little different. You know, I had to have actual surgery to get them all out. So that made sense. But just having 1 tooth pulled, I feel like you could just use the rest of your teeth. She already pretty much chews in the front all the time anyway.
So I'm just waiting for my ramen to cook. This is what it looks like. I just add a little bit of soy sauce, sriracha, and a tiny bit of mayo just to give it a creamy effect. After I eat this, I have to remember to tell you guys this random story time about a few nights ago when I ordered ramen from DoorDash.
Hello. So it has been like 4 or 5 days since I have vlogged. So I woke up a few days ago and my throat was so dry. Like, I have never felt anything like that ever, and super raspy. And I'm sure you guys can maybe tell my voice just does not sound right. But I don't feel sick per se. I feel a bit fatigued. So I feel like I'm either getting like laryngitis or I'm just getting a really bad cold. I just feel it all right here. I hate it. So I've just been trying to rest. I've also still been trying to heal with my tooth, and all of that is going really good.
Oh my God, I'm still trying to heal with my tooth. Again, it wasn't an amputation. It was just a tooth pulling. Shut up.
As well. So that's why I've been like away from YouTube. It's just a lot of healing at once and just trying to like be good with my physical health. But I was editing this vlog and I was like, oh my God, there's so many things that I was going to talk about and I forgot. So I'm here to do it now. So the DoorDasher story, it's like irrelevant now, but during my Tuesday live stream, I was talking about like how I've been eating a lot of ramen lately. And so after I got off of live stream, I door dashed ramen because I had no more. And the guy, like when he handed it to me, because I always go outside and I get my stuff. I don't want them to have to go through the lobby, figure it all out, blah, blah, blah. So I always go outside. And he winked at me and I was like, oh my God.
So that's inappropriate, you know? If this story is true, I don't think you should be doing that at work, bro. We'll see if she shows any receipts, but this sounds like bullshit to me.
And I usually like can catch a vibe. I can tell when someone's like into me.
I highly doubt that. She says, I can usually tell when someone's into me. I can absolutely see, like, if somebody held the door open for her and said, hi, have a nice day, she'd be like, yes, I will marry you. I don't think she has any clue what into her looks like, you know, because the people that are into her, I'm sorry, they're just weirdos and they're just going to act weird. So I don't think she's as in tune with the vibe as she thinks she is.
And I've never had this happen to the point of like the person literally messaging me on my DoorDash. So he literally messaged me and he was like, it was so good to see you. You're so beautiful. And then like he asked if I was single and I was just like, what is happening? I mean, it definitely gave me a little pep in my step because I haven't been feeling the greatest like physically due to like my tooth and whatnot. I just didn't know that like DoorDash drivers could like literally hit on you and like the DMs on there. Like I'm literally shook about it. And yeah. So
This, I don't know. This seems silly. Why was it in Spanish? So I Googled it just to see if this was like something you could find on Google, but I didn't see anything. But this just is weird. If this happened, which it sounds like it did, that's really inappropriate to do at work. And DoorDash should probably find out about it. But here's the thing. Of course he's going to be giving all these compliments to like his best customer, you know? I mean, she pays him a shitload of money, I bet. I mean, think about the irony here, right? She's getting hit on, and the like only time, of course, she claims she gets hit on every minute of every day, but the one time that she can actually show receipts and actually show that it's actually happening, which means it's probably the only time that it has actually happened, it's her door dasher. It's the guy who brings her food. I would say what are the odds, but I would imagine pretty high.
So that was like a random moment in time. So there's this new show. I have been more on the show grind lately. I haven't been watching as much YouTube. I feel like YouTube is kind of toxic, and here I am uploading to YouTube. It's my job.
Oh.
So
I got to get my complimented by a stranger.
I have been like watching some movies and some shows. It takes me a few days to watch a movie.
I know that's like a running thing she's always said, that it takes a long time for her to watch a movie. And I know she's trying to hint at like ADHD or something like that. But what the hell else is she doing when she starts a movie? 15 minutes later, she decides to what? Lego, I guess? I don't know.
I bounce back and forth due to like attention span. But there's this one new game show. I love a game show. And I'm watching it on Hulu. It's called 1% Club. And I'm telling you, I need to go on that show because I'm sitting here getting every single question right. I seem dumb. I seem very dumb, ignorant, all the words, okay? I just seem very stupid out loud, but I swear on the inside, I actually am kind of smart. And it's like, I don't realize it until I watch shows like this.
Okay.
Where it's like riddles and random trivia. And I don't know, it's different. It's not like standard trivia. It's like questions you really have to like think about. So definitely recommend. It's a fun show and I would totally be on that shit. So I also want to talk about the fact that I think I'm going to go back to having a YouTube schedule. I feel like I thrive under a set schedule. Like I genuinely work better under pressure. And when I don't have a schedule, like I'm...
Shut up. I work... Amber... Amberlynn. Amberlynn Reed just said, I work better under pressure. What? Shut up. That is so stupid.
I'm my own boss. I let myself like get away with not posting. And I don't like that. Like I enjoy filming. I enjoy posting. I love editing. So it's like...
She loves editing, you guys. She's just such a hard worker.
Means like I have to post. So my schedule that I did for like the 10 weeks where I was doing like Let's Talk, I was doing weigh-in, what I ate today, and then a weekly vlog. I want to do something very similar to that. But the difference will be I'm going to be putting my weigh-in and my what I ate today in the same video. And I want to upload those on Wednesday. Mondays, I want to upload a vlog, whether it's just a few days of a vlog, one day of a vlog, or a full week of a vlog. Regardless, Monday will be a vlog. And on Friday, I want to do Let's Talk. I know in the beginning of this video, I talked about how like I probably won't be doing that, but I feel like Let's Talk this time is going to be a little different. There are things that should be talked about, and I just want it to be in a more positive way. Like,
I would love to know what the hell that's going to be. There are things that should be talked about. Like what? I took a shower today and I did a Lego. Without the drama or the entertaining stuff, basically, there's really not much that needs to be talked about that would be worth listening to.
I want more of like a positive aura around it. So everything that will be talked about in Let's Talk videos from this point forward will be coming from a more positive place. It's just my mental health like has drastically improved, and I need it to stay that way because I just feel lighter and happier like as a person. It's crazy how much like when your mental health is so bad, how much that truly affects you.
I mean, good luck with that. You know, I don't think she ever really realized that the drama is who she is. I think in her head, she looks at these vlogging channels that do basically what she's doing. You know, they just show their life and talk on camera, and that's it. And she thinks, well, that's all they're doing. That's all I need to do. It's fine. But what she doesn't understand is those vloggers put effort into their videos. If you look at any of the ones that have decent views and make decent money, they are heavily edited. There's lots of music, lots of interesting transitions and cuts and stuff. And they have interesting lives. They have interesting things to say because they've experienced a whole lot of stuff. So they're constantly able to kind of give different perspectives on lots of different things, even on days that they're just doing boring, mundane stuff, because then they can tell you a story of a time that they did something interesting. Amber has none of that. She has nothing to offer anybody as far as entertainment. And in the past, it's been pretty likely that when she does something like this, where she says, I don't want the drama anymore and all that stuff, that eventually she will change her mind because she'll have to respond when somebody says something. And that may still be the case. You know, she may not be able to help herself anymore. But with the Zoloft in play now, that may not be the case. She may actually be able to keep herself from responding or hold back from joining in on the drama, which that means Zoloft will have killed her channel, basically.
Like my mental health was getting to the point where like there was a moment where I wanted to go to the mental hospital, and I talked to my mom about it. We were actually at bingo. I would say it was about 6 weeks ago, and it's really embarrassing because there's
She talked about her mom. So I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that the reason Amber is saying she's going to a mental hospital or thinking about it is because when I did an interview with a therapist, she mentioned that somebody with extreme BPD, the way Amber describes it, would be in and out of the hospital. Their life would be in shambles. It is a mess. If somebody had it like all 9 criteria and all extreme, typically, what would their life kind of look like?
Well, first of all, having all 9 criteria is extremely rare. That doesn't happen very often. I'm not saying whether I believe her or not, but that it's not really common. And even if they meet just 5 of the criteria, so they basically have 5 out of 9, that's the minimum amount where you would be diagnosed with a disorder. Having all of those 5 being on the extreme end, you would have an individual who's probably in and out of the hospital, you know, where they're chronically just extremely miserably unhappy.
And then right about that time, Amber starts talking about how her mental health is so bad, everything is so terrible, and now I'm thinking about going to the mental hospital. It just seems awfully convenient. Think of all the stuff that she had gone through before now. The Beck stuff, the Emily stuff, the PDF file stuff. I mean, there was so much stress and drama and stuff over the past year or so. But then 3 months or so of nothing, and she needs to go to a mental hospital. Okay.
actually cameras outside of Bingo. Like I can't. So I'm like thinking, did they hear or see that? I don't even know. But I had a full-fledged like anxiety attack. I had to literally step outside. I was bawling my eyes out. I would say it was about 6 weeks ago. And it's really embarrassing because there's actually cameras outside of Bingo. Like I can't. So I'm like thinking, did they hear or see that? I don't even know. But I had a full-fledged like anxiety attack. I had to literally step outside. I was bawling my eyes out. My mom came, she was hugging me, and I told her some things that are pretty personal. But it was very close to me, like just checking myself in, because
In my opinion, that was all just a lie. She was overacting, doing a lot of this and the looking around and giving too many details, like about the cameras, and I just don't buy it.
I was struggling that bad. And I just feel so much better. Like genuinely, Zoloft worked for me years ago and it's working for me again. And it's ironic, the only reason why I stopped taking Zoloft years ago is because I felt better. My anxiety was better. I wasn't so depressed. Like I didn't have crazy mood swings. I didn't feel things so strongly. So in my brain, I was like, oh, I'm improved. I don't need to take Zoloft anymore. It's like, no, girl, like the reason why you feel this way is because of the Zoloft. So you need to stay on it. So it just feels really good to like be in such a fucking good place. And yeah,
I think now that she's back to normal or feels great on the Zoloft, now she can stop pretending that she's been diagnosed with BPD. I am still going to say I don't believe that she was ever diagnosed with it.
makes me really happy. So I do have a Tourette haul. I'm not going to be trying this stuff on because like I just feel so fatigued. Like I don't know if this is like laryngitis. I don't know what it is, but it's giving laryngitis. Either way, I just want to feel better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys what I got, and maybe in a future video I can actually do a try on haul. I don't know, we'll see. But there are some cutie patootie dresses that Tourette has, and okay, this is serious. It's giving apron. Like, this looks like what an apron would look like. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. I don't know. I really liked the cherries, okay? I love cherries. It's just a thing that me and my mom enjoy together. And I really liked the pink color and the polka dots, and I really like this black little tie in the front that would like tie in with like my black choker. And you guys know I like to wear darker clothing, but I'm trying to step out into the danger zone. But I don't know if I'm gonna like this now that I see it in person.
I'm skipping a bunch of this shit.
To add more color, I know a lot of people don't think white is a color, which I don't think it is. I think it's like an absence of color, or is that black? I don't know. I'm not a color Scientologist. That made no sense. What I'm trying to say is
She doesn't sound like it, but she's really smart, you guys.
So the last two things that I want to do in my Monday vlogs is I still want to do comment of the day. I also want to do an oracle reading for myself. So I'm going to be choosing 2 cards from Life Happens and 2 cards from What's the Vibe. And I am just going to completely be editing out all the shuffling, and I'll show you guys my 4 cards. All right, so my first card is signs. And the signs say risk, opportunity, and safety. Second card is love. Tension, stressed out, migraines, and worry is my third card. And my fourth one is soulmate, twin flame.
So obviously a card that says signs, risk, opportunity, safety, that applies to anybody at any moment, right? Love, obviously everybody. And then it says tension, stressed out, migraines, worry. Again, that could be anybody at any time. I don't know, man. It's just so vague. It's like the cold reading that mediums do, right? Where they're like, I'm getting a Jack. Is there a Jack out there? Anybody know anybody named Jack? Have you ever heard of anybody named Jack? No. What about Jackson? Maybe Jackson. Nobody. Okay. What about John? Yeah, I knew it was John. You know, eventually you'll get something that sounds like what you're going through. And even if you don't get a card that sounds like exactly what you're going through, it's all so vague that you can kind of make it fit whatever you are going through.
Friendship, romantic partner. Wow, this one is very clearly saying something, and I think I'm going to be journaling about this one. If you guys are tarot readers out there and you guys come from an unbiased area of your heart and your intuition, then you guys can read this for me if you want to and interpret it in the way that you...
I love it. She says, if you come from an unbiased place in your heart, then you can read it for me. Meaning, if you say something that is nice to me and makes me feel good about it, then we're good. If you have ever said anything bad about me, or if you actually want to criticize me about something, then I don't want to hear it, you know? And again, we know she picks her cards, so this was not done by accident. She's very clearly hinting that there's some scandalous love affair going on, which would fit Danielle.
You would like to, but I'm going to do this one in private. So sometimes I will interpret my cards for you guys, but I just feel like that one's personal, which is okay because that's a boundary for me. So here's comment of the day. This is from the last video that I uploaded. And from here on out, whenever I do comment of the day in my Monday vlog, it's
So just because it's been so slow, I'm going to count the mental hospital thing as talking about therapy. That's close. I don't know, man. I don't think she realizes how detrimental this is going to be for her channel if she continues to be this boring.
It's going to be pulled from the Monday vlog prior. All right, so today's is from Tybalt, and she's gone. Well, I'm back, and I will see you guys on Wednesday. Bye.
Got her. So the whole DoorDasher thing, even that was boring, you know? So I don't know if it's the Zoloft. I assume that's what's happening here is she has started her Zoloft era and it's going to kill her channel. Everything she's doing now is so boring. Even a DoorDasher hitting on her, actually sending her messages about how beautiful she is and stuff was so boring that it was not even really worth talking about. Now, it was stupid, right? It was just weird and inappropriate. And anybody who's going to go that far for somebody like Amberlynn has certain proclivities. You know what I mean? They will be attracted to a certain type of person for certain reasons. He's probably a feeder. That's what I'm saying. He probably is just a feeder or is just a weird dude. Like, I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. But even the title of this video was hinting that this video was going to be at least interesting, sort of. But I don't know, man. I know she says that she's prioritizing her mental health, and under normal circumstances for basically anybody else, that would be a good thing. But she's gonna kill her channel by being this boring. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe some crazy thing will happen that, you know, once all the haters stop watching and all the reaction channels stop covering her, all of a sudden she'll get an influx of people that are just interested in everything she does. But I just don't see it. Because again, she is not like all those other successful vlogging channels and fashion channels and stuff like that. She's just not entertaining like they are. And she's not willing to put in the work to make her videos entertaining. So, good luck, I guess. Anyway, I appreciate you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.